I just don't understand how for some men, they'll have the entire world in front of them. They'll have a lot of money coming in. They'll be making good content. They're making the right connections. They got all these brand deals coming to them. They're doing all these endorsement deals. The entire world's in front of them. You just signed a big new contract. And for some dudes, they sit back and they be like, yeah, I'm gonna throw all this away. So earlier today, I don't think anybody is really surprised, but an article came out and saying that ESPN is releasing Shannon Sharpe from his contract and he will no longer appear on the program or on First Take. I'm not gonna even get into the conspiracy theory about, trying to tear the black man down, but this is just so stupid and I do not understand how you can fumble this so bad. This man literally had just got a new contract, a ton of money, and he threw all of it away. So in case you've been living under a rock, NFL Hall of Fame tight end Shannon Sharpe a few months ago was hit with a $50 million lawsuit by a woman accusing him of rape. I don't even know if I can say that word on YouTube. Of course, you guessed it, this woman's lawyer was Tony Busby, who is a very controversial lawyer, which we don't even need to get into all that stuff. So basically, this woman, she's accused Shannon Sharpe of raping her. She said that they did have a relationship, but then it ended up going south. Shannon Sharpe denied the claims. He said that none of the stuff is true. Let me just give you a few details about this. I don't know how you pronounce her name, but Gabriella Zuniga, whatever. She claims that the Hall of Fame tight end committed sexual assault against her near the end of 2024 and the start of 2025 during a rocky consensual relationship that lasted for about 2 years. And just a little bit more context, the woman today is 20 years old. I don't know the exact month, so she was either 19 or 18 when they first met. According to the lawsuit, she says that Sharpe allegedly threatened to kill her, manipulated and controlled her, and repeatedly threatened to brutally choke her and violently slap her. Shannon Sharpe obviously denied the accusations, and a few months ago he released a few text messages. Shannon Sharpe says that he and the accuser had consensual sex until January 2nd, 2025, the day after she allegedly asked for $25,000 per cheek. I know you missed this big juicy ass, that big juicy booty. $25K for each cheek, she allegedly wrote. It was other alleged text messages, like on March 5th, 2023, she sent Shannon Sharpe a picture and she says, tie me up like this and screw me, with Shannon Sharpe replying, if I knew how to, I would. She also sent messages like, I want to be abused, daddy. That was on March 14th. And she also sent the message that said, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're effing me. This part always trips me out, but the two of them was talking about the desire to have a baby, which she allegedly wrote, only if you put that baby gravy in me, then you could do whatever you want to me. I literally ate so much food, I look like I'm pregnant with your big black baby. One part that's really crazy to me is the fact that he leaked these text messages himself. Like, he was thinking like this was gonna make him look good, I guess. Or I guess at this point he was just so desperate that he was like, I'm just gonna go scorched earth. I'm just gonna try to prove my innocence and show that we did have a consensual relationship. But boy, is that embarrassing, because look, let's just be real for a second. If you've been lucky enough to deal with women, men, whatever you're into, I don't judge. But we've all at some point, sent freaky messages in our time. And the thing about that is, if any of our messages, like when we're in that mode, if any of our messages ever leaked, it's never gonna look good. Like, in the moment, you and the person, you can be in your bag, you can be texting and saying whatever y'all into, boom, boom, boom. Like, if your homeboy look over and he look at your phone and he see you texting something freaky to a girl, it ain't gonna hit the same. I've never seen a leaked text message that's not embarrassing. I have never seen a leaked text message that sounds good. Unc, OG, whatever people call Shannon. What are we doing? This man, Shannon Sharpe, just settled in a lawsuit. I believe the rumor online, none of this is accurate as of now, but the rumored number is that Shannon Sharpe ended up paying this woman between $20 and $25 million, and she just recently retired her OnlyFans account. This is one of the biggest bag fumbles ever, and I don't know what actually happened with this. I mean, she's accusing him of something very seriously, so I'm not going to just try to sit here and act like Shannon Sharpe for sure didn't do this, because I don't know. He showed in her text messages that she was consensual in some aspects, like they did have some sort of freaky relationship, but that's the thing, and that's where this gets tricky. Sure, you can be consensual in this case, and you can be interested in this, and this, but that does not mean if she wants to have sex on Thursday, that if you want to have sex on Friday and she doesn't, and you still force her to have sex with her on Friday, that's the R word. Because another thing too is Shannon Sharpe is like in his mid 50s or something like that. And like I said, I forgot what the report was, but when they first met, I think she was like 18, 19 years old or something like that. Look, I don't really care about when it comes to age gap dating. Like, I wouldn't do certain things. Like, I'm 31 years old. I don't see myself messing with a 19-year-old. That's not my bag. But for me, for the most part, if it's two consenting adults, it's none of my business. I don't care. But for you to be Shannon Sharpe, you could have probably your good pick of women at this stage of your career. Shannon Sharpe, like I said, was becoming one of the biggest faces, especially in sports media, and he was trying to transition into media. I'm sure women like Miss B Nasty, shout out to Chad Johnson, Miss B Nasty was right there for him. You should have just went that route, bro. Instead, you met this little girl at a gym, and and that was the route you went, and you were into to fetish stuff like slavery. Like, he picked this girl over Miss B Nasty. I don't know if Miss B Nasty, if you don't know who that is, very talented actress. She's a professional. I guess she wasn't light enough for him, but like this woman talking about, yeah, I want that baby gravy. I want you to put your big black baby in me. Like, that's what was turning Shannon Sharpe on. To me, that's weird. I don't judge people, like, whatever your bag is your bag, but to me, like, race play, as me, as a black dude, you know, I've dabbled in the snow, you know, I've dabbled in the snow a little bit, but what you don't got to mention the fact that I'm black. But I know for some people, they want to say, oh, it's a shakedown, because Tony Busby, if you just look at his track record, he's a very notorious lawyer who has a lot of cases like this, going after men and using women to try to get money out of it, allegedly. In this case, again, I don't know, because we don't know any more details, really. This all just kind of settled and went away. He paid her off, so this wouldn't keep going on, and that's why he ultimately got fired by ESPN. Shannon Sharpe, like a few hours ago, I'm recording this at midnight, Shannon Sharpe on his nightly podcast with Chad Johnson, Nightcap, he recently just put out a 2 to 3 minute statement, basically talking about the situation. He didn't really say anything new or groundbreaking. He pretty much just said, you know, I'm thankful to ESPN, thank you to my time at Undisputed, blah blah blah. And he also said that his brother is getting inducted to the Hall of Fame this weekend, and he said that he's sad that this didn't come out Monday. He wished that this would have just happened on Monday so his brother could have this weekend to himself, which in a case like this, when you're accused of R-wording a woman, you don't really have a choice on when that news breaks, but that's pretty much what his statement said. I like Shannon. I'm a fan of Shannon, but again, like, I don't know him personally. He could be a creep. Like the text messages enough for me, being into that like slave, like fetish type stuff. Like I said, I don't like to judge, do your thing, but to me, I'm looking at you kind of weird for that. I just don't understand some dudes, because like, as men, bro, we have to be better and we have to be smarter. You do not need to mess, I'm not even talking about him in this situation, just in general, you do not need to mess with every single beautiful woman that you come across. And the crazy thing is, no matter what Shannon Sharpe does for the rest of his life, this is always going to be a stain on his career. People aren't going to necessarily just talk about him being a Hall of Fame tight end. They're not going to talk about him being one of the most explosive and biggest personalities in sports media over the last 10 years. They're going to talk about this man was in a lawsuit with about a 20-year-old white girl, and she accused him of all these evil things, and then he settled and retired her at the age of 20. I just do not understand some dudes, bro. Like, the amount of people that I've seen, whether it's streamers, whether it's YouTube creators, musicians, actors, whatever. It's like dudes have everything. They have everything in front of them. I can't yell because it's midnight. I got neighbors above me. Bro, these dudes have everything in front of them, and they just be like, yo, I'm gonna throw all this away. Yeah, I got money and I could get my family out the hood. I can get generational wealth if I just stay on the path and just do the bare minimum and just be a decent human being. But I gotta throw all this away. I'm not surprised at all that Shannon Sharpe got fired from this, and ESPN is having a hell of a week. I don't remember which Morris twin, Marcus or Markeith Morris, one of them just got hemmed up about some fraud charge. My man Gilbert Arenas just got arrested. I think this news came out like 15 minutes between him and Shannon Sharpe, but Gilbert Arenas got arrested for Israel, messing with somebody from Israel and having an underground gambling league or something like that. This is all just sad, and this is all just stupid. Like, if the girl is truly a victim, I don't know how $20 million, if that could just make you get over being forced, taken advantage of. But if Shannon Sharpe is innocent and he had to pay this, I mean, this is still his fault. He put himself in this situation. And it's just crazy because Shannon Sharpe is one of those people. He's one of those older guys, especially in the older black community, man. You have those people that like to look down on people and talk down on them like, yo, your morals is messed up. You need to be smarter. You need to do this, and this. And this man is doing Django role play behind closed doors, and he's messing with a 20-year-old girl. Again, whatever, do your thing. it's kind of hard to feel bad for you. This is just all stupid, man. Shannon, you gotta hold this L. I can't believe you threw all this away. Like, I would imagine Club Shay Shay, you're not gonna get some of the same guests that you was getting before, bruh. You ain't getting some of those. You might see me on Club Shay Shay. He might be so desperate. He might, man, let me get that Next Life TV dude on there. So I might be on Club Shay Shay soon. But this is all just stupid, man. Shannon, you know better, bro. Fellas, be better, be smarter. Do not take advantage of a woman. If a woman says no, leave her alone. If you are messing with women, be careful. Make sure you're being smart. Make sure you're not doing anything that could look incriminating later. You just have to be better. You have to be smarter, especially at this day and age. But just, bro, if a woman says no, just leave her alone. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new here. We talk about a bunch of different things on this channel. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, Shannon, what are you doing, bro? Fellas, just keep it in your pants, man. Keep it in your pants, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Love you guys. As always, remember to tell somebody that you love them. Until next time, see you in the next life.